Hey, I'm Jess Hugo, personal trainer and nutritionist, and I am here to show you that life is messy, but we're doing it anyway. Welcome to Doing It Anyway, the podcast for building the life that you want without burning out. Let's get into it. Mon, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Are you excited to be here?
Yes, I'm a bit nervous.
Are you? I was going to ask you before off air and then I totally forgot.
Yes.
Is it your first ever podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm a bit unfiltered, so I'm a bit worried.
No, okay, swearing fully allowed.
Okay.
Like, that is me. I'm very, very unfiltered. Starting straight off the back, I didn't give her any behind the scenes. She doesn't know anything. Give me a word to kind of describe your current season of life. Just one word, the first one that came to your head.
Busy.
Okay, now give us some context.
So essentially trying to grow my business, just got engaged, got heaps of family events, friends events, just between social and work, a lot.
She is booked and busy. So right now she's obviously like running business, but take us back. You graduated and went straight to uni, or did you have a little gap year?
No, I did the typical graduated. So I graduated in 2017. Went straight to uni. I did Bachelor of Public Relations, which is like a communications degree, majored in marketing, and that went for 3 years. So I pretty much graduated right in like the thick of COVID. So finding a job was like impossible, like to get into the industry. No one was hiring, which is like fair. You couldn't go anywhere. Like it was just not a great time to finish uni.
Yeah.
But yeah, when literally the day COVID ended, I got my first.
That on the day.
That day.
Is crazy.
So it was like a gym receptionist role, but also running their socials.
I kind of remember this era. I feel like I've followed you for a long enough time that I like know about this, but probably. I'm like blurry.
Yeah.
I think I remember this.
Yeah.
Was it like Plus or something?
It was, I had a Plus job in sales for like a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm on fire. Yeah.
But the one that was at a well gym. So I was like receptionist and then also did their social media. And that sort of took me into the health and fitness industry. Before that, I was training. I was really into the gym, even like COVID, you had those embarrassing home workouts that everyone used to do.
Yeah, with the tiny dumbbells because you could barely get any from fucking Kmart.
Literally. And then like I bought, because my brother is also like gym junkie. So we were like buying like the plates and stuff. And I literally remember I bought the wrong size like barbell. So when I was doing hip thrusts, like it was loose because the plate circles were like too big for the thing, and it was so dodgy.
But we were so disciplined. We would do anything to honestly, get the glute gains.
20,000 steps a day, like, because what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
It was honestly not that bad. Like lockdown was okay.
Everyone's like, I would die if we went in another lockdown. I'm like, I feel like I was like my fittest, healthiest version.
I feel like I didn't appreciate doing nothing.
Yes.
Until now, and I'm like, oh yeah, like
that was our like least stressful time of our lives.
It was so good.
Our biggest stress was seeing what the numbers were of the day.
Literally, and like, I got to go to the shops. Like, got to wear my mask.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the job.
Yeah.
Or you interviewed for the job. Whatever. The day after we ended.
No, I went for an interview during lockdown.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, this was accelerated so quick.
No, during lockdown. And then she's like, yep, start date is, it was like the 10th or 11th of October or something. And it was like the first day everything opened again. Gyms and everything.
I can't remember the timeline. I'm so blurry.
I only remember it because I got the job.
Yeah.
And like I quit my other job, which I hated so much. And I worked in a bank through COVID and it was just not obviously what I wanted to do. So I remember being like, I'm gone. Like, that's it.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, and then I got the job.
Yeah.
And then, it was more gym reception than social media.
Right.
But it was a fun job. Like,
the problem with working in the gym industry, and I can say this because I work in it, is they pay fucking dog shit. You're doing like all their stuff on like a reception wage. A reception wage in the fitness industry is quite low.
Yeah.
I used to work on a desk for like $23 an hour.
Which
is so criminal. And so were you doing the socials whilst you were like working on the desk and stuff?
I had like a shift dedicated to the socials.
Right.
But it wasn't like enough. Like I would still be doing it through like the reception time and stuff like that. But honestly, like it was such a fun job. Like that's where I met my partner. That's where I met one of my best friends. It was fun.
I did not know this background because your partner works in real estate, right?
Yes, now he works in real estate.
But was he a member or he worked at the gym?
He worked at the gym.
Oh my gosh. As like just on the desk.
He started at the desk and then he was like the reception manager.
Okay. Yeah.
And then met them. It was fun. Then something happened at the gym. Didn't have the job anymore.
That is like literally every gym environment ever. That's me.
Yeah, gym environments not great. mass change of staff at the time. And then I was like, well, I need a job. And that's when I went to an Anytime Fitness and I did sales for a little bit. But again, it was like not my vibe. I don't want to be in sales. Like,
it's really hard if like you're listening and you're like, what's actually involved? You have to cold call.
It's not cold calling. It's calling from a list of people's numbers that they've gotten.
Right.
So either through people randomly inquiring, old members.
What do we call that then? I would almost say cold calling.
I called it cold call. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Because like you would call them and they'd be like, who are you?
Yeah.
And like you would have to call the same people like
yes,
quite often.
Yes. And because they might have put in their number to get like the pricing or like just they don't want to sign up. They just want to know the price.
Yeah.
And then you're being forced to call them breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Literally. And like your job is to be like, excuse me.
Yeah. And they're like, who are you? Like, what are you? And
like,
they have no idea.
Someone will be like, how'd you even get my number? And I'm like, I don't know. It's on my sheet.
Yeah. And did you have KPIs for all of that?
I think I did. I don't think I ever hit them. I was not good at it.
Yeah. No, they're really stressful.
Yeah.
I've never worked like in sales, but obviously being a PT, we had to do cold calling at one of my jobs and the salespeople would do a little bit for us, but not a lot of it. But I was like, I could not work in sales. There was good benefits from them. Like they would get, you know, heaps of bonuses and whatever if they hit their targets and whatever. But I'm like, I'm not sitting and harassing people all fucking day.
It's just not like I actually feel bad. Like and this is like when you get sales calls now, you'll be like, no, thank you, I'm not interested. I'd be the one on the end being like, okay, thank you, bye. When you were supposed to like in sales, you're supposed to say things like, you know, get them to stay on the phone and get them to talk. I'd be like, no, they don't want to.
Yes, I see videos online all the time of like people cold calling and they're like so unserious about it all and like always making jokes and stuff. I'm like, it's literally the worst job ever. Yeah. I could not do it.
No, I don't.
How long did you last in that role?
I think it was like a month.
Oh, that is so me. I'm like, I'm not making phone calls, bitch.
Like, and I think it was on both ends as well. Like, they knew I didn't want it and vice versa. I'm like, I can't. Yeah. Like, it'd take me back to a gym receptionist role. Yeah. But, like, I cannot call.
But they don't even offer that anymore, at least at any time. I know that like there's
there's no like reception to run.
You have to be a membership consultant, like salesperson. You can't just be on the desk.
In World Gyms and other gyms now, there's actual like sup stores and shakes and stuff. And then you can actually just do that.
Yeah, because you're busy making shakes. You can't make a phone call.
You can't make a phone call.
I'm so busy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Or like a phone call would come through. I'd be like, I'm going to direct you to sales.
Yeah.
Got to make my shake now.
Yeah, literally. That's exactly my experience with it because I would work somewhere and like they would try to make us call but our shifts would be like 4 to 9 or whatever. I'm like, I'm not harassing someone over after work and like dinner and whatever. Like no one's answering. I personally don't answer my phone, so I'm just like
at all ever.
Literally I'm like trying to get an appointment with something, they're calling me back, I'm not answering.
Yeah. I'm like, I wanted to speak to you that very second.
Literally I'm like, no, now you have to wait for me to get back to you. So I'm like, that's my karma. No one answers me because I don't answer back. So after that, 1 month there.
1 month there, and then I got my first proper marketing job. That was also in the health and fitness industry. It was honestly so good. Like I learned so much. Like I came from, I mean, like I did socials for the gym, but it wasn't proper strategic. It was more just like taking photos of the gym floor and whatnot. So I really learned the strategic side. I learned even more about health and fitness than I thought I could. Ask me what's in a greens powder. I will tell you all the ingredients. I got to meet like a lot of, you know, the people in the industry, not just that worked at our company, the influencers, go to events. Like it was really good. It was a really good first job. Like my manager was amazing. I had friends there. Like it was good. The downfall, which I'm sure we're going to get to, is the 9 to 5 aspect in the city. Yeah. That was the biggest issue from that job. There was also not too much like immediate career progression, which was like obviously a side factor. But then I was like, I don't want to be traveling to do just this.
Yeah. When you were at the gym and all of the things, were you building up a bit of a portfolio and like building a socials, or you were just like, no, I'm just going to try my luck of like, I've already been doing socials here. Like, you know,
pretty much.
Yeah. I feel like that's the timeline. Yeah. Nowadays, I feel like you need a portfolio or something.
Before, I swear, social media was not.
It was so unserious.
Yeah. It was so not serious. Like, yeah, there wasn't even that many like agencies. There wasn't that many freelancers. Like no one was really trying to get into it. Like I swear it's like quadrupled since I first entered it. So yeah, there was no portfolio. There was no even me like testing videos and like I had nothing except, yes, I've done this before at a gym.
Yeah. So your role was their socials?
Yeah.
And that was it?
Yeah, so social media coordinator was the main role. So it's essentially what I'm doing now, but it was just for an in-house company. It was planning shoots, writing shot lists, getting inspo, getting the products, getting stuff for shoots ready, directing the athletes, the photo shoots, essentially everything that I do now, apart from they had a separate videographer, so I wasn't actually handling the camera at all in that role, but everything on the back end was coming from us, like me and the other social media coordinators.
Yeah. When you were getting into socials, what was the thing that like attracted you to it? Was it the camera side of things? Was it or did you feel like you just fell into it? And
I literally fell into it. When I was applying for jobs, I literally was just looking, saying, what can I was literally like, what can I even do with this degree? Do I work for an online newspaper? Like, where am I going with this? Like, do I do ads? Like, I had no idea. And then that job just fell into my lap. And I was like, yes, I like this. Definitely now I've learned that I do like the strategy side of it more than the editing side.
Yeah.
I like filming as well because I'm out, I'm talking, I'm meeting people, I'm directing and all that.
Yeah.
So like now those are the two aspects that like keep me in the industry.
And also just like not going insane, because I feel like when you work work at home and you're not talking to anyone all day and stuff, you're like, okay, I have not even had a conversation today.
And it's just like, I feel like I just don't enjoy that process. Like I'll do it, like don't get me wrong, it's part of the job. There's always going to be things about the job that you don't like, but I would much rather focus on going out to shoots, editing some things here and there, and that's sort of where I want it to go. I sort of want someone to be the editor of all the content, and then I can focus on the stuff that I enjoy a bit more.
Yeah. How did you get to the point where you're like, I need to just run my own thing? Because I think once you like run a business, or if you're bound to run a business, you can't work for other people. And that was me. And and I think this is like a very social media thing, but even I had like creative ideas that I wanted to bring in and they didn't want to do it, right? Was that kind of your experience?
Yeah. So like I said, I was a junior, so like obviously that's going to happen, but I felt like I had ideas that I wanted to do, but obviously I wasn't in an in-house thing. If you're like at the very bottom, like
they don't care.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like obviously it's going to be the owner, the manager and stuff. So it was like, oh, like I wish I could do this. Like if I had the tools, if I had the time, if it got approved sort of thing.
Yeah.
So running my own business, doing my own hours, doing whatever, like not whatever I want, but like having that creative freedom. And it's the same when you get clients and they don't really trust you, and they sort of tell you what to do. You sort of think, okay, like you either got to trust me or like this isn't for me, like this partnership. You need to find another person, another agency that's going to essentially follow what you're saying.
Yeah. So you fell into it because you're like, I need my own vision and control.
Vision, control, and I didn't want to go to the city every day.
Yeah. So I actually don't blame you. Did you drive or did you commute?
Honestly, at the start, I was like training it.
Yeah.
But it was like, so from where I live, it's a 20-minute drive to the nearest station.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 hour minimum train ride. That's if there's no delays, nothing. And then it was a 15-minute walk from the station to my office. Yeah. And I was like, by the time I got there, I was like, I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do this.
Yes.
So then I started driving. And then I was paying like an arm and a leg in tolls.
Yeah.
Like I swear so much of my wage was going to tolls. And I would still, if I left at 7:30, I still would be late. And I started at 9. Like it was just like, nah. And then on the way home, I'd literally just be sitting in my car like in traffic like this.
Zoning out like I hate this life.
Literally like, why the hell am I not home right now?
Yeah. I think that, I thought that 9 to 5 CBD would like really die off a lot more post COVID, but it's still thriving. Like I have clients that are going in every fucking day.
Yeah.
They're like only allowing like one work from home day and stuff. And I'm like, fuck that. You literally couldn't pay me. Also the fact that the pay is like shitter.
Some people love it though.
I know.
Like some people love getting up, love going to the office, like talking to their co-workers, eating their little lunch. I'm like, nah, I liked it at the time, but I got over it like real quick. It was like almost like a novelty because I never had that before. And I was like, this is fun. And then it'd be like a year in, and me and my friend were like on our break, like, what are we going to do? Like, we'll go for a walk.
Is your friend still working?
No. No. We left at the same time actually. Yeah.
That is funny. Okay, so now that you're like running your own business and all of the things, I feel like stepping into running a business, it's like a whole different ballgame. I always say it's personal development on steroids because you don't realize that you're going to be so emotional about decisions, or you're going to sit on the fence about things for so fucking long. What has been kind of like a big lesson for you in running a business?
It'd be more to trust my work and like my pricing sort of thing. So obviously there's heaps of competition. You tell someone your prices and then you have to like justify them, and they try to like haggle with you. And at the start I was always like, you know, I was doing work that wasn't even worth the money by the end of the day, when, you know, you take into equipment, scheduling platforms, like all those little things you pay for, your time, your travel. It was like, I'm not really making anything from this.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing was to be like, if someone doesn't like my price, let them go.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm going to be working 100 hours a week and not making much.
Yeah. And I think people don't realize as well, when you're running your own business, you have the tax side of things. You have like if you're paying yourself super, if you've got employees, like it's not just like insurances. I am breaking up the episode to talk about how 50% of you are not subscribed to the podcast. If you've been getting any kind of value, tips, tricks, implementing anything, I would love if you could follow along. It really helps me help you bring on bigger guests and just create more content around everything you're needing to build your dream life. So if you haven't already, take a second, follow along on whatever platform you're listening to, and let's get back to the podcast. All the things, it's not a cushy job where you're like employed and that's why you're at that price rate. Like you need to, whatever that price is that you're being presented with, like take away 40%, and that's like what they're getting. Literally. So like if you're like, oh my god, she's so expensive at, let's just say $100 an hour, it's more like $60 an hour. Like stop being a prick. I think people don't understand that. And I always try to like normalize that. If you want this level of like one-to-one or like being with this particular person, if you don't like it, go hire. Like go in-house or go hire like, you know, someone less experienced. Yeah. Because they want this like top level qualification for nothing. And like go pay a junior then.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, I sort of have to say, I don't use my phone. Like, I have like a $6,000 camera. Like I have the mics. Like I have everything. Like we got the lighting. Like we don't just come in like with our phone. I'm like that person, you know, whoever they're saying is charging X amount. I'm like, go to them. Like I am not going to go down to that level. Like I will be losing money.
Yeah. That's actually so funny that that's your experience, because only recently I was talking to people about doing a content shoot. Yeah. Everyone wanted to do like iPhone only. Like I was like, I don't mind iPhone, but I want a couple of like camera ones. Yeah. And then they're like, no, I just do iPhone. And I was like, oh. And then there was like over $1,000 just for iPhone, which I am like wasn't mad about the price, but I was just like shocked that I was like, I have an iPhone. Yeah, you know, I know I love the creative direction side of things, and that's why I wanted to hire someone, because I have that, but I can't take the photos, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, my tradie boyfriend does not have the creative direction.
He's got the tripod.
Literally, I'm like, so I want you for this, and they're like, no, just iPhone or whatever. And then I talked to a few different people, so hard to communicate with, the worst communication ever. So I would actually rather pay a good price, whatever that may be, with the camera and get good communication. Yeah, like I've had the worst, and I talked to like 4 or 5 different people, the worst communication.
Like I think a lot of people jump into this industry because they see it on social media and they're like, yeah, like this is great. This is what I want to do. Like all I have to do all day is take videos and photos. Like it's like I do that in my spare time anyway. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, you know, I only have an iPhone. I don't really know the admin side. I can't be bothered like responding. I can't be bothered explaining my services. Like I just want someone to transfer the money in my account and have a quick thing, and like that's it.
Yeah, literally. Because when I was inquiring, I was like, oh, I kind of have a bit of a vision. Like if you can't do that, that's fine. But this is what it is, just so I don't waste your time. Yeah. And then they were like, oh, yeah, like I can do that and whatever. And I was like, so can you or can you not? Like, I'm just confused. I'm like, so do you offer this or do you not offer that? And it's very, very confusing. And I think exactly what you said, it's almost like glamorized to be working in that content side of thing. A lot of people going in straight from school really young and they have no experience, not that you need a degree, but like no degree or background. Yeah. And they're like just running their own thing. I'm like, you either are making absolutely no money or it's like a shit show in the back end. I don't know how you're doing it.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. Tell me how you go in the back end of like running the admin side of things and like being organized in running a business.
Okay, so it honestly takes a lot of trial and error. And you know, tools are your biggest thing, like accounting tools, scheduling tools, you know, Google Drive, like all those things are what makes it organized. organize, taking time to like learn those platforms so that like your invoices are all in the same place. And, you know, instead of like writing it down somewhere and being like, did they pay? Like it's right there, you know what money you're owed and it's just in one spot. And then in terms of scheduling, before I had a scheduling platform, it would literally be like 6:30 and I'm there like manually posting everything. And it's like, okay, I need to invest in this so that I don't forget to post and that it goes up seamlessly.
You would hate to know my strategy. No, I have like an alarm on my phone and I'm like putting it up, but I only manage my own socials.
Yeah, for your own, it's fine, but yes. When you manage like, you know, upwards of 10, it's like, takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's also in my spare time, you know, in my spare time, I will almost never be just sitting down at home watching Netflix. I will be sitting down at home watching Netflix, doing my admin.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting down, you know, at home around my family, laptop open, doing my admin. So it's really, because it's that work that doesn't essentially grow your business, but it's like a necessity. So I sort of just try to do something that I like while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Or like I'll be going for a walk and I'll be on my phone, going through my admin stuff, doing my emails and all that.
I try to like push that type of work to the weekend, so I'm not wasting like Monday to Friday in those types of jobs, but then I also don't want them to fall on the weekend. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to go for a walk without being on my phone and stuff. So kind of how do you balance it, especially when you're like with your in the best way that you can, but like when you're with your family and stuff, do you ever feel like, oh fuck, like I'm really just sitting here on my laptop, or are you just like
all the time. There is, in a business like mine in content creation, we have freedom, that is true, but it's freedom to a certain extent because you have to wait for that client to reply. You have to wait for them to be okay with you coming in for the shoot. And, you know, I can be like, yeah, I want to come here at Thursday, 1 o'clock, but they can say no and be like, nah, come in next week, Wednesday, 2 p.m. And like you make it work. So definitely my busyness goes like this.
Yeah.
Like this week, I think I have like 4 shoots a day. Last week I had 1 all week.
Yeah. I think as well it like sits in the back of your brain a little bit. Like even if you're not actively working on something, you're stressing about something in the background. So then you constantly feel busy and constantly feel like you're working just because it's sitting literally like top of mind.
So to balance it, I try not to take advantage of those quieter periods. Like I try to still wake up at the same time, still do my routine and then jump on my laptop. Even though I don't have shoots and I'm up to date with everything, like there's always something I can be doing. So balancing it doesn't always work out, but in those up and down periods, that's when I do find that the balance is somewhat manageable.
When it's like a bit of a quieter season, do you find you're still like thinking about everything? Like, oh, I need to do outreach, I need to do this, I need to do that. So how do you kind of avoid in the best way possible, like getting burnt out with everything going on?
I really don't. So even like, for example, like I've been traveling quite a lot. Me and my partner were in LA in December for less than 2 weeks.
Yes, I saw.
Yeah,
so
10 days
nice.
or something. And, you know, you would have seen my vlogs and whatnot, and I would have been living my life. 8 p.m, we were back at the apartment. 8 till 12, I was working every single night on my laptop, right?
Because of the time difference or just because you had so much to do?
I had so much to do. And, like, I was like, no, I need to respond to this. I need to quickly do this. And then it would genuinely be, like, 3 to 4 hours every night I was up. So, yeah, in terms of burnt out, I guess I do stuff like travel and still work. So it's like I feel like I never get that reset, but it prevents burnout because I'm still doing something that I want to do, like traveling or whatever. I'm just also working.
How does it come up in like your relationship dynamic? Because I think as well when our partners like don't really necessarily work in the industry, like I said, mine's like tradie, they don't get it. And like my partner probably just thinks like this bitch is working all the fucking time. She's always on her phone. Like she's so annoying. Like we're away right now and she's on her phone, but also like lovingly. Like they're supporting us.
Like
but
respectfully,
it's like,
stop.
Yeah. So how does it go in your like relationship dynamic? Do you ever like have, I don't know, date night with no phones? Do you ever kind of like implement anything? I feel like he's a bit of a content guy though. Like low-key, he takes some of your content and he's good.
He is pretty good at it. He obviously does his own content and stuff for real estate to sell houses and all that. He does, you know, we do get a bit annoyed at each other sometimes. Like, again, in every period there's busyness and there's not. So, like, he'll have, like, a lull where, like, he'll finish work at a normal time and be like, yeah, let's do this and that. And I'll be like, I cannot do that tonight. Like, go away. Don't even come over. Like, I need to work.
Yeah.
And then there'll be, like, opposite times where I'm like, let's go. He's like, nah, like, I've got open homes, I've got this, that. And I'm like, why are we not aligned right now?
Yeah.
So I think on both ends, like, it's just like a bit annoying.
It's like give and take.
Yeah.
Does he have any like goals and desires to like do his own thing, or he's like, I'm just happy because he doesn't run his own like real estate, does he?
No.
Okay.
So he's his own agent, but he's under a company.
Right.
So he has like his own team with people that work like for him, but under that company.
Mm-hmm. Is he like gonna stay in that, or do you feel like
so?
Yeah. I feel like we can't have two business owners at once. No. You know what I mean? Like my partner's like, I want to run our own tradie thing. I'm like, get out of town.
Yeah, I'm like, go get your income, please.
Yes, and he's like, you can like work for me. I'm like, yeah, perfect. Add more to my plate. I definitely want to do your admin,
literally.
Mate. But you recently hired someone. Tell me a bit more about what you kind of look for when hiring. What kind of, are you a personality hire, or are you a bit more like, I'm looking for a specific skill, kind of how you went about all of that? Because also we're just like girls and we're just learning, and we've never hired before.
No, so I don't really care. Not that I don't care. I don't focus so much on skills. Mm-hmm. I focus a lot on their goals and how we mesh well. Yeah. I feel like, especially in the industry I'm in with editing, like you can always learn things. Like, you know, for example, she's a junior and I'll be like to her, take your time on this one. These are the effects that I'd like play around with it. So I feel like that is all teachable. Mm-hmm. Whereas someone's goals, motivation, and how we mesh well together, like you can't teach that. Yeah. So to me, obviously I do ask to see a portfolio. Last time I got them to do like maybe 4 of them. Like I couldn't decide. I was like, oh, you're all interviewed like exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Got them to like edit a video. Because at the end of the day, it does come down to that. Yeah. But it's sort of the last thing that I did consider. I was like, I need to be able to call you, to talk to you, to manage you, but also like be your friend where you trust me to be like, look, I'm sick, like all this, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. Like I'm in a manager position as well where I want them to trust me. Yeah. So I think like getting along is really important. Yeah. Another one as well is goals. So obviously we've discussed already how much competition there is in the industry. Mm-hmm. What are their goals? Do they want to, do they want to build the company with me? Yep. Are they just looking to, subside their freelancing? Do they want to eventually just learn from this business and then create their own, which isn't a problem. It's just more like, okay, we get along and I know you want to do that. Let's work together still. Yeah. I think it can be like so worrisome though, because you don't want to be like in a really busy season and then be like, cool, here's my 2 weeks notice. Like I'm going to do my own thing. Yeah. Because it's not even that they're going to do their own thing. It's that you've just literally put me in the worst position ever. Literally. And I'm so fucking busy and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Yeah. Yeah. So that sort of aligns with like the goals as well. So it's like, okay, I even asked him, I'm like, do you like this? Like, do you enjoy what you're doing? Like, are you happy? Am I managing you well? Like, I don't sort of want to be blindsided. Mm-hmm. And that again comes back to the trust thing. Like, hey, you know what? I'm sort of looking around. I want to, I want an in-house job. Yeah. I want an office style, like something like that. So then I can mentally be like, okay, when are you planning on this sort of thing? Let me strategize. Do you look for someone like in-person type vibes, or you don't mind if they like work from home? No, they can work from home. The only time they have to be in person is for some content shoots, but everything else is work from home. Yeah. Again, I ask them, I'm like, does this work for you? Yeah. Or do you want me to hire an office space where we're working next to each other? Like, I don't mind as long as the work is done. Mm-hmm. Like she'll be editing at 3 a.m. in the morning and like I'll wake up and it'll be like, she left a comment and I'm like, 3 a.m. I'm like, God, no. Honestly, like it's whatever works for them as long as the work gets done. Yeah. Or if like if you're someone who needs to be like somewhat micromanaged, or you need to see me work next to you to get that motivation, like we'll work around that. Mm-hmm. How have you gone like stepping into that manager leadership role? What type of things did you do to kind of prepare for being nothing, fluked it. Yeah. Literally. You feel like you're going good? I feel like I'm going good. Like I always like ask them, like my employees or who I'm working with, like for feedback. I'm like, oh, like, does this make sense to you? Do I need to clarify it? Like, so I pretty much get like, am I doing this right? Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really do much to prepare. I guess it's just one person and it's my business. So obviously I need to know, obviously I know what needs to be done. Yeah. It's just, my approach is like, this is what I'm going to do. If you say, I don't like this style of communication or whatever, like let's change it up.
Yeah, it's just like the delegation of tasks.
Yeah.
And like I'm the type of person that I'm very like rogue and I'll say it like off the cuff and then I'll be like, sorry, that came across kind of like bitchy.
Yeah,
like that was not my intention.
Didn't mean that rude. Or sometimes like I'll send like, because sometimes you have to be serious. I'll send like a serious message and I'll be like XX at the end.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. How do you like balance, you know, being here I am as like the manager or the owner or whatever, the founder, and here I am as like kind of your friend in the space.
A lot of times I have to call so that like the tone comes across.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, look, I'll say you're not in trouble. Like, just sort of what happened. What happened with this food? What happened with this? Like, you know, just questioning, but in like a nice way. And then obviously, like, if like the answer makes no sense, I'll be like, maybe not so friendly vibes right now. Down to manager vibes, but usually like it's fine. It's just got a call, so it's like a nice tone instead of just like a text message like, what the fuck is this?
Do you have like any aspirations to like build a whole team and kind of like not step back, but I think as well as a founder it's like hard because you're doing everything, and then if it gets built kind of under, I know you have a separate name, but if it gets kind of built as like this is Mon and this is her socials, then you can't like step back a little bit. So do you have any goals to like build a team, or are you still happy to be front facing?
Very yes and no. Some days I wake up and I'm like, I want a team. Like I really want to do this. I want a big team. And then other days I'm like, I don't know if I want that. Like I am quite comfortable in what I do with my loyal clients and we really get along. And I love working for the people that I work for now. And I'm like, I don't really want to lose that. So at the moment I'm fine. I'm happy, you know, to be very involved in the business. Just with obviously what I see at the moment is just getting help from people who are a bit more experienced in the areas that I'm looking for. So even like delegating some of the admin tasks, like, you know, it's not my thing. Like, you know, when it comes to accounting and all that back end stuff, like it's not my thing. So more just getting like obviously, you know, employees or contractors or something just to help in areas that I think need a little bit more boosting.
Even like a VA, because you don't necessarily need someone like there to do your admin, you know what I mean? Like they can do it virtually. It's like not that big of a deal. I feel like I would love to like have someone like all the time. I'm like my right hand man, but like also you have to pay for people's time. You can't just be like, yep, come over all the fucking time.
Yeah, literally. Like, do you volunteer work?
How do you go working at home though? Like would you consider getting a space, or do you find like you work really well at home? Because I all the time at school and everything I was like, I'm so much better at home, like I'm so focused. Nowadays I'm like trying to move from room to room to get some new fresh inspiration in my brain.
Look, in terms of getting an office space, like it's so much money. There is no cheap office spaces. And the cheap ones in the industry are like not even an office space. It's like a cubicle. Like I don't want to be in a shared space with someone's cubicle. When I have like a random person next to, like surrounding me, all doing different things around me. So if like monetary, it was like worth it or something like came up and I was like, oh yeah, like this is nice. I would, because I feel like I'm not the most productive at home. I can get easily sidetracked. Like I'm going to unstack the dishwasher and then I'm going to do this to my room. Then I'm going to pat my cat. And
that's what I struggle with. Like I know you still live at home. Same. My parents would be like, can you like put out the washing? Can you unpack the dishwasher? I'm like,
can you go to the shop?
I'm like, I'm working. These are my work hours. Like just because you can't physically see me leaving the house doesn't mean I'm not working. And I like run my gym from my house. So people will come and stuff and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm working. Like, what do you think I'm doing?
Or like every day my mom will be like, what are you doing today? And I'm like, what I've been doing for the past 40 days.
No, literally they don't understand. It's like the generational gap. They think we're just like posting on Instagram and I'm like, okay, it's a whole nother ball game. And it's because my mom doesn't even know how to use Instagram. So like she doesn't even know what I'm up to half the time. She has to ask me personally to find out. I'm like, have you not been watching my Instagram? My stories are public.
My dad got Instagram and he will like stuff, right? And I'll be like, did you watch it? And he's like, well, I think so. I'm like, what do you mean you think so? Like, did you watch the video?
They don't. My mom will be like, what have you been up to? I'm like, did you see like the week of my life? And she's like, no. And I'm like, that's what I've been up to.
What do you mean you didn't see it?
What are you doing? You're not helping my social media at all. What the fuck? Take me to your engagement. How long have you been with your partner? You met in like what, 2018 then? 2019?
No. We met in like 2021.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, how did I get confused on that timeline before?
2021?
Okay.
Yeah. I know how old I was. Let me see. I am 26 now and I met him when I was 22.
Okay.
So 4 years almost.
Yeah.
So in June it'll be exactly 4 years that we've been together. Yeah, he proposed on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
He did everything that I wanted. Obviously, when you've been with someone for that long, like, it's not really, like, the biggest secret in the world that, like, oh, my God, like, you got engaged. Like,
because you were away, weren't you?
So we ended up staying 2 nights, but that was, like, a surprise.
Yeah.
So he essentially said to me, backstory, I hate car rides, like, with a passion. And he's like,
wait, why? You have to tell us why.
I just find it so boring.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you were going to be like, I get really car sick.
Oh, in the backseat, I get, like, a bit car sick.
Yeah.
No, I want to stretch my legs. To me, nothing is worth driving that far.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
but as a passenger princess, you can get so much work done.
I can't be on my laptop or my phone in the car because I get a headache.
That's why. Because you're like, I'm just staring out into the abyss.
I'm literally talking to you for 5 hours, bro. Like, where are we going?
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm taking you on a drive. Like, it's Valentine's Day. You can't get mad at me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, can't we just go somewhere like around here? Mm-hmm. He's like, no. I'm like, great, cool, okay. So we're driving and he like made me leave so early. My dad's a truck driver and my dad was like, nah. Or he told me, my dad said that there's going to be heaps of traffic, so you have to leave early.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God. And we're on the road. I'm like, there's no traffic here. Like, what the hell? And he's driving so slow. And I'm like, yeah, do you need the accelerator? Because he was delaying me so that everything was ready when we got there. So this whole thing was like him delaying it. And then he goes, I'm hungry. Like, let's stop to eat. I'm like, you rushed me out of the house and now you're going to go eat. Right? So the whole thing was so annoying, right? Like, then we got there. We got somewhere else first. It's like, oh, we'll walk around here first. I'm like, why aren't we going to the place?
But did you clue on or you were like, no?
No, I was just so annoyed. And like, honestly, it's so him to like miscalculate things and like,
that is like guys in general.
Have holes in his like romantic plan.
Yeah.
Very common. So he was, that was setting up. My brother and my sister-in-law were setting up the whole like proposal thing, the flowers, the thing. And it was really, really windy, which is why they were so delayed because the flowers were moving and they had to like, shove them in the ground and all that stuff. And then, we ended up getting there, walking out. Obviously, I knew then.
Yeah.
And it was just like in like the backyard of like this beautiful Airbnb that overlooked the water. So he did well.
Does Valentine's Day have like a significance or he tried to just hide it?
He tried to hide it because like obviously like being a girl, like one of my things was I have to look good.
Yeah.
Like no offense to anyone, like do not propose to me on a walk. I do not want to be in activewear with my hair in a claw clip.
Yeah.
Like I want to look good.
There is so much pressure on guys to do well,
100%.
But also I know why so many like fuck it up and just do it on like a walk or whatever because everyone's getting suspicious that like if you never go out and if you're a bit of like a homebody, why am I suddenly wearing like a nice white little outfit? Literally. Like why are we going so far away? And it's very, very like suspicious.
So that was his like, that's what he said his main obstacle was. Like when the hell am I going to tell you to not that we don't do it often, but like we don't get like fancy often. Like usually like surprise dates are like, we like to do activities like arcades and walks and stuff like that. So he was like, that was literally the only time that you weren't going to know immediately. I'm like, yeah, fair.
I feel like there's 2 types of girls. Some that are like, I want to get engaged and like have a wedding and family and all of the things. And then there's like me who I'm just like, I don't really care. Which version are you?
I don't really care up until like 3 years in. And then I was like, all right, what are we doing? Like, what is this? And then I was more like, come on, encourage, let's go, let's propose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess a bit of both.
Wedding planning, obviously we talked a bit off air, but like not really
done
organized.
Nothing.
Do you feel like it's the business owner in you? Like you just always have so many things to put first?
Not really. It's more just like, I don't want to do it right now.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily in a rush to get married. Like some people get married, engage and everything within like 12 months. Like neither of us are like pushing for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we haven't even spoken about it.
Yeah.
My brother's getting married in 2 months. So all that.
Yeah.
Like all that energy is, like bridal shower, hens, like the bucks was on the weekend. Like we're helping him. We're both in the bridal party. Like it's all on him. And then when that, that goes away and the dust settles, we'll be like, okay, like, what are we going to do?
I mean, some people just stay engaged for ages anyway. And like, there's no right or wrong. I just feel like there's so much pressures around everything now. And I feel like everyone I know is like pregnant or getting married. And I'm like, oh my God, like, where are my people that are just like chilling? That's me. I literally just like I don't care to put pressure on things.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a bit of a business owner thing because if you put too much pressure on things, you sit on them for too long and then you kind of lose the opportunity and it kind of just like, you don't take action.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm just going to do it anyway and like just see what happens. Talk me through though the next kind of plans and steps for like, are you going to be doing socials forever? Are you wanting to branch out and add anything more? I feel like a lot of people always say like, social media is not going to last forever, which I don't agree with. But are you like, this is like my job. I found my thing. I'm really passionate about it.
Yes and no. So I do love my job. Like I don't see myself doing anything else, to be honest. I do still really like the health and fitness industry. So it's always something that's like on the back of my mind. I love marketing. I love strategizing. I love all that. Why I say maybe not is because the business side of it is really stressful.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I love working for myself, but growing the business and having all those extra pressures takes a little bit away from the actual marketing job.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't see myself doing anything else. I still see myself in my business and growing it and whatnot. I guess need to reduce my stress a bit and reduce that pressure that you mentioned that business owners always have.
Yeah. When you talk on the health and fitness side of things, do you mean like clients, health fitness clients?
I don't even know. I just love that industry.
Right.
Anything to do with it, like moving your body, you know, helping other people moving your body. Like, I mean, not that I have, like I did start a personal training degree, but I never, not degree, what is it? Qualification, but I never finished it. You've done it, right?
Yes.
Why is it so boring?
Yeah,
Why do you have to learn about every single bone in the body?
Yeah, and I think as well, you go into it thinking like, I'm just going to do PT, and then exactly the same thing as marketing, right?
Yeah.
And business. You don't realize I do like 99% business stuff and like 1% is like training my clients.
Yeah.
And like I obviously do online as well and all of the things, but I'm like that takes up very little time compared to every other thing I have to do. And anytime you take a bit of like a pause, like I was just talking about this before, where if you're really busy with like things like podcasts, whatever you've got going on, right? You're not doing outreach, you're not like promoting marketing, whatever.
Your business is technically stagnant at the moment, and that's stressful.
And you're having very much of like a lull, because then if you get potentially like cancellations or like contracts are finishing up or whatever, you're like, cool, I haven't actually been doing anything because I've been so busy.
I have nothing to follow up with this right now. But yeah, when I talk about the health and fitness industry, I just, because I've been, you know, in the gym and whatnot for years, and I'm sure you would get this, I get still quite shocked when I talk to people, family members or whatnot, who literally have no idea about the gym and dieting and macros and like literally any of that. And I'm just like, sort of, how do you not know that? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And like, I'll talk to my family members and whatnot, and I'll be like, no, like, even though that's low in calories, like, you shouldn't be eating that. Like, look at the back. Like, what are you doing, doll? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really, like, I feel like I'm quite confident in what I say about that industry, and I do love talking about it.
Yeah.
So it is something that's always like, I don't know, cool, could dive into it, but I'm happy with what I'm doing now.
I feel like you would even maybe get fulfillment through like doing work with fitness coaches, whether that's like their marketing work or like whatever, because they would be like talking about it
100%. And that's why when I first started, I was still doing marketing, but I was very heavily in the health and fitness industry.
Yeah.
So I still have supplement shops that I do it for, gyms. So I think that is probably my balance, like doing marketing and centering it around that health and fitness like area.
Yeah. When you're working with like a gym, do you ever get like benefits of like a free membership as well, or like nothing?
Like yes and no. Like I can train there like whenever I want. I just like, I feel like it's taking advantage a little bit. Like I just
no, girl.
I know, that's what my partner says. He's like, go, and I'm like, no, it's okay. Like,
but like you're like 1 in 100 of like people that walk in. You know what I mean? So I think if it was like you maybe getting like a free PT or something, that's like obviously a bit different.
Yeah.
It's like time for money, whatever.
Yeah.
But like so many members walk in and out of that floor all the time. Like who cares? Go into that reformer class.
I know. I don't do it. It's never been an issue. Like if I'm just like, hey, like I'm gonna do the reformer class, they'll be like, yeah, no problem. Like I get offered like the food all the time and whatnot. I'm someone who doesn't like to accept stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like a personal thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm there to work. Like I don't expect anything for free in return. But yeah, there definitely is perks, and I'm sure heaps of people in the industry, you know, get their meals from the shoots and like all that type of stuff. It definitely is a perk.
I'd be the type of person that would be like, I need to do this reformer class just to see how I'm going to like position it in the content. Like
just to see like what angle to get this on.
I'm just going to get some member feedback. I have no idea about social stuff. I like only do kind of like obviously my own and stuff. And I feel like considering everything, I fly under it well. Like I'm like, oh, it's actually working out really well for me. My content like brings in a lot of inquiries and stuff like that.
You know what? Like you'll know your business so well. And I feel like that is what's really good about long-term clients. And you would even know that like your long-term PT clients, like you know them, like you know yourself.
Yeah.
Their injuries, what they hate, what they don't like and all that type of stuff. So that's why like your social media for yourself, like you know exactly what you want to say. That's why it does so well. And yeah, that's why I love my long-term clients too, because I don't really have to ask them many questions. I know what to promote. I know their tone of voice. Like it's set.
Yeah. Inside, and I'm sure you have different packages and all of the things, but do people tend to come to you asking for you to think of the content idea, or do they say like, this is what we're thinking, can you film it and like execute it?
Most of the ideas come from me because a lot of my clients are people that have no time for it at all or like zero, like please take it off my shoulders sort of thing. Yeah. I always say to them, because usually I film once a month, I'll maybe message them or come in and be like, do you know what guys, like, is there something you want to focus on? Is there, you know, menu items that you want to push, or is there a sale coming up or all that? And then I add that to the content ideas, but most of them do come from me just with like some direction on what should be included in the videos and all that type of stuff that come from the client themselves.
And then do you get the employees like in the content or like the founder?
Depends.
Okay, because
some of them hate it. Like they'll be like, no.
They want to be behind the scenes.
Yeah, and others are like, yeah, like give me the mic, let's do it.
I would love your hot take on this, because a lot of people say like, don't outsource your content, but like if you don't have time and you are just simply shit, let's just put it like if I wasn't a girl in her 20s, like I would be shit at it, you know what I mean? So I understand why people that have big businesses who are in their 40s and 50s who have been doing it forever didn't grow up with socials, they don't know what they're doing. What is your take on like, can we outsource content? Like what, you know what I mean? Like with how the industry goes and what you do. Give me your hot take.
I understand where people come from, honestly, when they say they want in-house socials. That person is always in the office. They know everything. They talk to other people in the company. Like from a standpoint of, you know, just knowledge about the business, I sort of see it. But it's so much cheaper to outsource than have someone, you know, 40 hours a week in your company. Yeah. No matter how much, you know, someone charges for their package, like it cannot be more expensive than having a full-time employee. Another thing as well is if you find a good social media manager, you will feel like they are a part of your business. Yeah. Like I said with like, especially my long-term clients, like they don't need to tell me anything. We don't need to sit there and have debriefs and all that. Like I know them so well that it's all like, I feel like I work for them when I'm in their store or editing their work or talking to them. Yeah. So if you can find a social media manager that feels a part of your team, then like I think you found the right one.
Yeah. I think as well, it's the same with like any everyday stuff. Yeah. It's like 90% of your work is yapping and like fucking around. So even if you had someone in-house, they probably only get a couple of hours of quality work done in the grand scheme of things, whereas you probably can like go away and get so much more done by not being forced to be like commuting in the office every 100%. Single day.
And it's all like, for example, last year I got invited to 2 of my clients' Christmas parties. Like if for some people you really do become a part of the team without, you know, the yapping and the extra pay, and they don't even have to really, you don't have to manage your social media manager. Yeah. Like you don't have, did you do this? Did you do that? Like it's done. Like, or at least speaking for myself, it's always done. Like I never get text messages like, where's this video? Why didn't something go up? Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Like you would have issues like that in an in-house team.
When you're looking or like reaching out to people who are kind of like your ideal clients, obviously health and fitness, because that's like a passion, but do you look for people that have like bigger companies or like small business, or what's your kind of like ideal client profile?
I honestly, when I do my outreach, my main thing is I don't want to step on anyone else's toes. I don't want to be one of those people that are in the inbox of, you know, a business who already has a social media company. Yep. So essentially I just look at their pages or whatever and I just see if there's a content gap. If it looks like it's not being managed, or if it looks like it's done in-house or hasn't been posted on in a while, those are the clients I aim for. Yeah. When a business is too small, I try to steer away from them, only because they have such like up and down budgets. Yeah. Like they're not going to really be a monthly retainer. And the problem with not being a monthly retainer with really small businesses is they may tell you like last second, oh, can you do our month starting next week and you're like, well, I didn't have time because we're not on a monthly retainer. I didn't book you in, and it just becomes this whole issue. So I don't really have an ideal client. I just try to target those clients that may be looking for a social media manager rather than trying to steal someone else's like clients.
Yeah. And how do you normally like work with it? Do you do like 1 month ahead content wise?
Usually I'm never 1 month fully ahead, but
1 month is crazy. Like if you're trying to do trends and stuff like that, like you're going to be out of fashion by that 1 month.
So essentially, like let's just say, you know, the new content calendar starts in April. I will try go middle of March, have it ready by end of March, and schedule it all out so that I don't have to worry about that month at all. Yeah. So in April, I'm working 1 month ahead, but not all the work is done.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be like scheduling a post that day and then waiting for the go ahead on or any edits or anything, because then you're like stressing out trying to schedule this post.
You're always sort of like chasing your tail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm never 1 month ahead, but I'm always looking at the next month during that current month.
You never realize how quick the months go until you start doing shit like this.
I was filming for Easter like a month ago.
Yeah, which is great. Like, I mean, we have had all the Easter treats since January. But
I know, but you know what I mean? Like I'm promoting Easter. Like I swear I just finished Valentine's Day and I just finished Christmas.
It's because you've been away, getting engaged, living your best life.
Time flies.
I know, time flies when you're having fun and work until midnight. Anyway, this was such a good conversation. I have a hypothetical question for you.
Okay, go.
If someone is in that situation of like they're not feeling very fulfilled in their role right now and they feel like they're kind of good at socials, they don't really know what they want to do. Let's say they're degree-less, so they're just like chilling. What would be your advice?
Like to get into the industry?
Yeah, where should they look? Where should they start? Should they like think about their content skills first? Like where is the starting point?
I think it's a lot different now to what it was, 5-6 years ago when I was in it. I think a portfolio is so strong. Like if you have a portfolio, even if the content is like fake, even if it's not from an employer, like you didn't do that for being paid, like get a product in your house and just make like this really sick product video and edit it and add that in your portfolio. Film a cousin's wedding and add that in your portfolio. Just small things that you're doing, without pay for now to add to a portfolio so that, because that's what people look for now. So just doing free things around the house that you have the opportunity to do, and then just spend time building that portfolio, because I feel like, especially not so much maybe in social media management roles, but anything that requires even a little bit of content, they're going to be like, what have you done?
What about like personal brand side of things? Do you find that many, just from like you working at companies, do you find they look at personal brand TikToks? Are they looking to see what your content looks like, or they don't really care?
From experience, they don't really care. Unless you've got these high quality editing skills that are coming across in your personal brand, or unless the company you're doing it for makes content similar to your personal brand. Like if you do OOTDs and, hauls and all that, and you're applying for a TikTok coordinator that does OOTDs and hauls, then I guess your personal brand correlates to what they want. But, if you're doing just that type of content and you're applying for, I don't know, an insurance company's in-house social media, like they don't care about that.
Yeah.
So personal branding, make it like strategic. If all you're going to use is your personal brand, like don't just make a quick 30-second TikTok and put it up.
That is me. Because I'm not looking for a job anywhere else. But literally. I literally would look at my TikTok profile and it's like kind of blurry. And I'm like,
my personal TikTok, done.
Literally, I am not wasting time on that. Like that is not building my business, you know what I mean? But I think as well, if that is something you're passionate about, if you're passionate about fashion, your personal brand should be fashion anyway.
Exactly.
Like if you're going to apply at Glassons, you should be wearing Glassons anyway.
Yeah.
Like it just makes so much sense.
Yeah, stuff like that is definitely like little things. A lot of people as well, like you've probably seen it, like when Meshki was hiring and like Remy, everyone was making videos like I'm your new hire and getting really creative.
But they
with stuff
copied
like
each other.
They did.
That was my thing. If you're going to do that, you have to be creative.
Literally.
Be out of the box, even if it feels whack.
Yeah.
Brands are looking for
and that
different.
high quality, that's like something so out of the box, like Bailey for Mimi. He was the first person, I'm pretty sure, to do those dodgy cardboard signs, in the middle of the streets and stuff. So yeah, stuff like that will definitely help. You just have to put yourself out there.
Yeah. I love that. Well, tell us where we can find you. I'll link it all below, but tell us where.
So my main, I guess, socials is Instagram, and it's Social House Sid.
Yeah. Anything else? Do you want your personal brand or no?
No.
Okay. Well, follow
have
on
you seen
socials.
my TikTok?
Yes, I follow it. I like it.
It's literally like, I hate this food. I don't like this.
That's me with hot cross buns. I'm like giving you a haul of my look at this fluffy hot cross bun.
You're like, I'm up at 6 a.m. I need to get my hot cross bun.
Literally, and everyone's like, this girl is a freak. What's this got to do with fitness? That's me though. Like, that's very much what we're saying this whole time. You need to share your personality. Otherwise, no one wants to hire you.
Yeah.
Even you looked for personality. You don't want I don't care if you're a good editor, if you're like a floor mat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're a wet cloth. Like, I'm bored. Anyway, I'll link it all below. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Such a good conversation.
Yes, bye.
And that is a wrap on another episode of Doing It Anyway. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love for you to rate it 5 stars, share it with your friends, share it on your stories. And if you have any feedback, I would love to hear it. Please shoot me a DM on Instagram. All my links are below. See you in the next episode.